Next. In view of the above discussion, the miscellaneous application filed by SBI seeking an extension of time for the disclosure of details of the purchase and redemption of electoral bonds until 30 June 2024 is dismissed. Full stop. SBI is directed to disclose the details at the close of business hours, 12 March 2024. Full stop. As regards the ECI, we direct that ECI shall compile the information and publish the details in its official website no later than by 7 days. 1 week. By 15 March, by 5 p.m. on 15 March 2024.
Almost a month ago from today, that is on February 15th, the Supreme Court very clearly and categorically stated that the electoral bonds scheme of the central government that was brought in 2019 is unconstitutional in nature and cannot go on. In fact, it also said that the said scheme is violative of Article 14 of the Constitution of India because it is opaque in nature and does not weigh with transparency. In fact, the Supreme Court went on to say that political parties are important units of a democratic governance, and in fact, the funding that they receive should be made transparent, and the electoral bond scheme is not transparent in nature, and that's the reason why it violates Article 14 and 19(1)(a) of the Constitution of India, and hence, in fact, termed the whole scheme to be unconstitutional in nature. Almost a month after that, almost 26 days after that, the State Bank of India approached the Supreme Court saying that the data that the Supreme Court had sought for to be given to the Election Commission of India with regards to how much of donations were received by way of electoral bonds and who had contributed how much it needs to be compiled, and extensive process was taken on by the State Bank of India to conceal the identities of those and to make the scheme more, in fact, very confidential, and the data, and hence more time is required to debunk that particular data and give out this information to the Election Commission of India. Now today, the topmost group of the country has turned down that request by, in fact, the State Bank of India seeking an extension of 3 months, clearly saying that the data that the SBI has to furnish to the Election Commission of India is something that is readily available to them, and there is no kind that the #1 bank in the country cannot handle such a thing, and that's the reason why the Supreme Court turned down their particular petition, and very clearly and categorically also warned the State Bank of India that if at all it does not comply with the direction of the topmost of the country to furnish that data by tomorrow, that is March 12, then contempt proceedings might also